Hello friends, my name is Raza Masood. Today we will discuss about a topic, what is float. Friend, this topic is very important with respect to project management, and I will try my level best to explain you the concept of float in a very easy to understand manner, especially the students who are studying project management in universities and planning to give an exam of PMP. So this topic is very important, very important, and you must know, you must have a knowledge that what is float, and your concepts should be very clear, that what is float and what is the purpose of float actually. Also friend, if you are a professional and working as a project manager in any organization, so as a project manager you should know that what is float and what are the advantages if you know about the float. The purpose of making this video is that I just want to share my knowledge, my thoughts with you, so that maybe my thoughts or my knowledge can be helpful for you in your if you are a student and going to give an exam of in university or PMP exam, or you are a professional and working in any organization as a project manager. So just sharing my thoughts, my knowledge with you, which can be helpful for you. If you think that this video is helpful for you, so I would request that please share it with your friends and colleagues as well, so that the knowledge can be shared with other persons as well. Friend, first of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. What is float? Friend, float is basically a very major or very important concept with respect to project management and PMI project management body of knowledge. This is very important to understand the concept of float. Here I just want to share with you that this topic is very important, and you must see in exam at least 15 to 20 questions which are directly related to float, or your concept will be checked. Here see that you may have to calculate the float in the exam, or your concept related to float will be checked in the exam. So this is very important to understand the concept of float, because if you don't know about the concept or real concept of float, you may have to face difficulty in the exam. So coming towards our main topic, float. Before going into the deep, first of all we have to understand basically what does that means by float. I will try my level best to explain you the concept of float in a very easy to understand manner, so that you can easily understand in a very simple way that what is float. Friend, what do you think that what is an activity? Before going into the deep related to float, we must have to understand what is an activity. Basically friend, an activity means that some task which you can estimate in terms of time and cost, and it has some objectives, it has some aims. For example, if you are saying that you have to meet to your relative in some location, at some location, so you have to go there. Either you will go through bus, or either you will go through the car. Now here, try to understand that you must have to plan that when you will go there, how you will go there, how much cost will be required, at what time you will go, and definitely you have some objectives, you have some aim in your mind that why you want to go there. So this is called, friend, this is called an activity. Activity, the thing, the task which you can estimate in terms of time and cost, and it has some objectives, it has some aims in your mind, through which due to which you perform an activity. Another example, let's suppose that you are implementing the project of e-commerce solution. So you have to do the software development, it is one activity. You have to do the quality assurance, it is another activity. You have to do the user acceptance testing, it is another activity. You will do the production deployment, so it is another activity. So friends, that is called the concept of activity, which means that it will have some objective in your mind, and it requires time and cost as well. So that is called the concept of activity. That is called the concept of activity in terms of project management. So, friend, now moving towards more into detail towards float. Here, see, first of all, we have to identify the work breakdown structure. Then we have to identify that how we can break down the whole work into an activities. Then after that, we have to sequence the activities. First of all, like for example, if you have to implement an e-commerce solution for a company, for a customer, so what you will do, first of all, you have to identify the work breakdown structure. You will divide the work into activities. Then you will do the sequencing among the activities, that when which activity will start and which activity will ends. Okay, so now here comes the float, the concept of float. Float or slack, it is the same thing. Slack is the amount of time a project or task can be delayed without it impacting the overall deadline or other tasks in the project. Calculating them can help you validate your project schedules and make sure you understand whether you will be able to deliver project on time. Friend, float or slack means simply that that was just a definition. Just float or slack means that you can delay an activity and it will not impact your project timelines. So that is called a float. For example, you know that your activity will be finished on Wednesday, and your next activity will be starting from Monday. Try to listen again. Your first activity is will be finishing on Wednesday, and next activity will be starting from Monday. So that means that if your first activity can be delayed 2 days, like Thursday and Friday as well, still there will be no impact on your project timelines, because your next activity is already starting from Monday. So you can delay your first activity for 2 days. However, there will be no impact on the overall project timeline. That is called the concept of float. Are you with me? Are you getting my point? So what is the advantage of float? To know about float, float means that you can delay, you must know that how much delay if occur in a activity, so there will be no impact on the overall project timelines. So that is called the advantage of float. For example, the float formula is late start minus early start, and or late finish minus early finish. This is called the formula of float. For example, let's take two tasks, task A and task B. Task B can't start until task A is finished, and task A takes 10 days. However, in your schedule, you have allocated 17 days for task A to be completed. That means that task A could start 7 days after the scheduled start date without impacting task B. The float for task A is then 7. This is an example of very simple example of float. For example, here just see these three activities, activity A, B and C, for example, and this is the finish line. So now here see that activity B, for example, just assume that, for example, activity B is ending on Wednesday and activity C will be starting from Monday. Here comes the, for example, x days delay. X days is time available. For example, Thursday and Friday is the time, 2 days, because this activity will only be start from the Monday. So this is called the float here. For example, if this activity is ending on Wednesday and this is starting from Monday, so Thursday and Friday, 2 days are acceptable and it will be a float, and if this activity will finish on Friday, so still this activity will start from Monday, and this is called the concept of float, and it will not impact the overall project timelines. So this is called the concept of float here. Try to understand, this activity was planned to finish on Wednesday, but you know that if still this activity not finish on Wednesday, if it finish on Friday, it will still, there will be no impact on project timelines. So that is called the concept of float. So friend, that's all from my side. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and also please subscribe to my channel. Thank you, thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side. Thank you.